So I saw Paul Wardman, Craig Credman, Destruction Snake Pit. He recently acquired, I'm guessing, Warbotron. I don't like that name. It makes me want sandwiches. But, you know, what can I do? He referred to the toy in the Transformers YouTube community as sex, pure sex. I had no problem with that. I'm just that kind of guy. Someone refers to a toy as pure sex, then, you know, awesome. I've referred to many of my toys as tits, or the bollocks, or whatever. It did make me think, though, what would my pure sex Transformer be? And I did actually start a discussion on this in the group. And then I decided I had more options. Some of the ones I listed aren't even on the list. I've got honourable mention. But I decided I would do my top 10 pure sex Transformers. Now, a pure sex Transformer, to me, is one that looks good in both modes, is fun to play with, and it transforms in a way that you like, a good way. It doesn't have to be simple, doesn't have to be complicated, just if you like the transformation. That would be my definition for a pure sex Transformer. And there are some that won't make it on the list. Two that I mentioned in the discussion were Clocker and Strongarm. Probably my two favourite scouts. They're on my shelf. They are two of my favourite scouts. They are two of my favourite Transformers because they're ones I got in the early stages of my collecting. 2007 movie versions, and they'll always have a special place in my heart because they're just nice little toys. Problems with both is like bits tend to pop off, especially with Clocker. And you know, I overlook them. I do like them. They would probably be maybe 11 and 12 on this list if I did a top 15. Another one would be Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus. I do like that. I like the way they took the Prime mold, but they made it look different enough, and I like the look of it. I picked it up on the same day that I got Prime Skyplate and Generations Metroplex, and I played with that before I played with Skyplate. I played with it more than I played with Metroplex because, let's be honest, it's easier to play with fucking any of these over Metroplex. Honorable mention, Classics Cliff Jumper. Again, another one that I got in the early stages of my collecting, and it was one of the first G1 based ones that I got. I just got back into Transformers, I got into it properly actually, and Cliff Jumper was one of the first ones that actually represented a G1 style of Transformer that I got, along with Mirage, Grimlock, and Astro Train. I think Cliff Jumper was the first one I got. I think it's one of the better ones. Final honourable mention. I'm going to use the word honourable with my tongue tied, but yeah, I'm still with Generations Drift. This one that I've got is one that I like a lot. It's there's just other ones on this list that I prefer, and some aren't surprising. One of them is surprising. It surprises me because it's only recently that I've really fallen in love with this toy.
And yeah, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Let's start with I've got 9 of them on here with the repaint, but I couldn't fit this. 10 is Generations of Metroplex. Oops. If I don't break it, I've got to grab them nicely. And I'm not Benny Hilling this, there's no point really. The Generations of Metroplex. I have the G1 Metroplex as well. And whether it's Hasbro or Takara, there's no denying the fucking scale of this thing. It is 2 feet tall. Trying to get it in shot here. It is heavy. It is articulate. And it has all the lights and sound. It doesn't have the sound clips, like the voice clips of Metroplex, the call of your mum or whatever. But it's a big transformer that you can pose. I don't pose him, he guards my fridge. He's intimidating enough as it is. And I saw Dave Shotton, Dave Transformer Junk Heap, he mentioned this might be his pure sex transformer. And Stuart Blythe, is it the Mighty Grimlock? It's one of the Grimlocks. Says, are you actually having sex with it? And that just reminded me of Ghostbusters 2. With the slime, with Ray and Peter. And it's like, we tried talking to it, singing to it, blah, blah, blah. You're not sleeping with it, are you, Ray? It just reminded me of that. And yeah, so that comment will, forever have a thumbs up for me. I mean, the reason he's lower on the list is because it's a city former, and unless you go Cyberverse, he doesn't really scale well with many of the others. But I've got planets on this list. So, but yeah, Generations Metroplex. He is big and a bastard, and if I wanted to, I probably could fuck it. Let's put him down there. Number 9. Having so many good toys means that some very good toys will often get bumped down to lower scores, lower rankings. Number 9 would be the Universe Sunstreaker Trio. I think I've reviewed these. I did mention, or it might have been the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe review that I mentioned that they, for all the flack that Hasbro get, and I've just stopped bashing them because again, Paul put it into perspective. Without them, we wouldn't have anything. But they can be fucking geniuses sometimes. They can do some fucking delightful, ingenious engineering. They're the same toy. They have the same vehicle mode. But it's just something as simple as flipping the arms, turning the head around, flipping the waist, and you've got different robot modes. The bonnet is the tits. The roof and windows is the tits. These toys are the tits. And then, I'll throw in there as well, one I got from AA, Generation Dread Alert. Same mold. I'm not quite as high on this guy as I am on these two because these were the first one. And, this was a straight repaint of Sideswipe. But, Sideswipe was a slight retool and, they really went all out with it on that. So the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe was, I liked the fact that his bonnet wasn't the chest. Because so often we see that. The bonnet's the chest. With the car formers. And with Sideswipe it wasn't. That's what I liked about that. Number 8. Universe Cyclonus. He's articulate. He has bastard light piping. He looks amazing in robot mode. he looks amazing in vehicle mode. He has a target master. There's just nothing to not love about this guy. I've left off the Reveal the Shield Cyclonus, Cycloni, I've got 2 of them, off the list, out intentionally, because they don't quite match up to this one. I mean, yes, they're the same in every way, but the thing that does it for me, and I know that the Reveal the Shield one is more cartoon accurate, but this just looks so much better. With the dark blue and the red, the greys and shit, as opposed to like just the one-dimensional purple that the Reveal the Shield one has. Again, yeah, that's more show accurate, but you know, this one just does it for me so much more. And that's why Cyclonus, the Universe one, makes it over the Reveal the Shield. Number 7, and these are the ones that I only recently fell in love with. It is Drop Shot, Overload, and Scatter Shot. The trio I affectionately call the Armed Bastards. And I don't know what it is about these guys. Well, they're a good size. They're chunky. They transform in a simplistic way, but still fun. They look mean as fuck in both modes. They're everything a good Transformer should be. And I realised when I was looking for these, Scattershot and Overload, that they are held in quite a high esteem by others as well. That I'm not the only one that thinks these are the tits, because they are. And yeah, well, it's a recent thing. I had Drop Shot for years and never even thought, oh well, maybe I'll get Overload and Scattershot. It just came up. I just thought, I want them, so I got them. That's number 7, the Armed Bastard. Number 6, Generation Sandstorm. Now, Springer has his own place on the list, because this isn't so much a repaint as it is a retool, and it's quite extensive in the especially with the fact that one of his alt modes is a VTOL and one of Springer's alt mode is a helicopter. That was enough for me to separate the two, and this was one that I was after, and it kind of there was an issue with Royal Mail, and they were being twats, and the seller had to send me out another one, bless him, but he did, and I got it, and it's nice, it's really good. It's got the articulation, and aside from the wheels, which don't even bother me that much, there's very little kibble, considering he's a triple changer. You know, with triple changers, I mean, with some fucking solo changers, you get a shit ton of kibble. But, you know, with this guy, and more so with Springer, or less so even, there's just that little kibble. And yet, it has 3 modes, and 3 modes that work. And Springer is at number 5. And he has less kibble, bit of an ass flap, but, you know, apart from that, you know, that is like, again, you've seen singular Transformers that only transform once, that have shit coming out. I mean, fucking Age of Extinction Leader Prime turns into one big truck, and then back to a robot. This guy turns into a helicopter and a car. It is, this was one that I was after. It was one that like grabbed me, and I was like, yeah, I've got to get that, and I did, and I'm so glad I did. It's just all around nice. It's posable, it's articulate, transformations are fun, and it's a triple changer with fuck all in the way of kibble in any mode. It's just delightful. Number 4. Wasn't actually after this, someone was just selling it, didn't know it existed till I saw it. It's Transformers Go, Nemesis Prime. Repaint of Beast Hunter's Optimus Prime. Doesn't make it on the list, the Optimus Prime with this because it's just another Optimus Prime. This is my only Nemesis Prime so far. He also has the mouth plate. BH Optimus doesn't, and a lot of Prime with the mouth plate. But yeah, it just Prime looks so much better in black. He does, but we've come to accept his red, white, and blue and a touch of yellow colour scheme. But he just looks mean. He looks like he will take more than your face. Optimus will take your face. This guy will take your face. He will take your cock, and then he will do blowjob motions with your face and your cock in front of your dead body. Transformers go, Nemesis Prime. Number 3. These are in planet form. It's Unicron. These are in planet form because I plan on doing a comparison, and I want my son to participate in that because he likes Unicron. I guess he just got a bit blown away by the size of them. I have Armada and Energon. Armada. Armada is the more show accurate, movie accurate one. Energon. I haven't seen Energon to that point yet, so I don't know. I'm assuming so. It's more show accurate for Energon, I'm guessing. But either way, both look beast, and this one more so. This is like the Nemesis Unicron. Pretty good then. But yes, I was after Unicron for ages, and I have 2 of them. I have them both. This was on the AA wish list. You'll have probably seen my birthday haul video. That'll be uploaded by now. Yeah, eBay 52 quid, great seller. Yeah. Not gonna go wrong there. I'm not complain. Number 2 is, which was for a while, my Holy Grail. Picked them up at Auto Assembly 2012. Yes. Cybertron fucking Primus. I now have 2. One's a junker though. Craig gave me it. This one was missing fingers when I got it. I wasn't really bothered because you keep his fist closed, you can't really tell. But now he has 4 fingers. His hands are complete. But yeah, I was after this guy for so long, and it is just transformation's fun. And the Southern Planet Key, the mother of all head reveals, got them ass flap, but is a planet. It's got to go somewhere. But yeah, it's just a delight. It's one that I was after for so long, and I've got it, and I don't regret it. I have fun transforming him from robot to planet, and from planet to robot, because it is just the transformation using the key it's a whole lot of fun. It's like the lazy boy of Transformers in a way. Primus is at number 2. You know where this is going, don't you? My number 1 would be the I've only took 1 down because I show these off enough. This is the Jetwing Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon, the Takara one. Retool, I think it's a Buster mold. Retool, redone jetpack and stuff from the Revenge of the Fallen mold, which I have loved ever since I got it. I have 3 versions of this now. Revenge, Decepticons, this guy. They would all probably fall into the number 1 spot, but I'm not getting them all down. I've got very little room on my bed at the minute. But yeah, I just can't get enough of this. I just can't it's just a beauty. He looks mean, he looks bad, and, people say the transformation's complicated. Yes, it is. It is complex, and, when I introduce this into my Transformers Assault series, I'll probably avoid transforming him as much as I can, because it will just take up so much. 90% of my filming time will be transforming this otherwise. There's not a lot else to say about this really. It is my pure sex Transformer. Probably more so than the Revenge and the Hunt Decepticons one now.
Or maybe not, maybe they're all tied because this has advantages over those two have advantages over this. It's, you know, they're just, see, it's hard to turn them around with my hands. I got my hand all tangled up and I didn't even mind. You know, put them down and close out this one. You know, for a top 10 this has been quite short. 20 minutes, that's like 4 lots of 5 minutes. Wrapping up part 5, 10 seconds in. That's been my top 10 pure sex Transformers. Some might be obvious, some not so much. It's just, you know, they are my top 10. There are probably other ones that I probably would like more, but they're just not as... The Scouts, for example, Strong Arm and Clocker, they, you know, for the longest time would have probably been in ahead of the Arm Bastard, or even Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. But, you know, there's some that look great and some that have great playability, but they might have other faults that maybe knock them down a bit. There's triple changes. Talking 3 modes, very little kibble. Metroplex, big fucking hulk of a thing. He is what it says on the box, and that is a Titan. Unicron, I mean, you can't not have Unicron. I can't anyway. Primus. Planet Formers, Optimus Prime. You know, they're all great toys. I like them all. Fuck it, I'm gonna say I find them all very attractive. It's been Nemesis Prime. I'll be back with a Unicron comparison. You shall see me then.